It is Tuesday, February 2. Welcome to CGN News. COVAX, a coalition led by the World Health Organization to ensure equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines, has notified countries in the Americas of the estimated dose allocation for the first phase of vaccine delivery. 36 of the territories participating in COVAX received letters about the estimated number of doses of AstraZeneca vaccine that they could be receiving from the second half of February through the second quarter of 2021. The AstraZeneca vaccine is still under review by the WHO for emergency use approval, which is expected to occur in the next few days. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson said on Monday that the plane which crashed in Jamaica in January was not destined for the island. Addressing a virtual press briefing, he said the police have now identified the pilot and a probe is part of transnational investigations. The Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority said the twin-engine plane was deregistered. The plane was found about 6 o'clock on the evening of January 23. A team from the Coast Guard conducted a search, but there was no sign of the pilot, and it was unclear how the plane crashed. Major General Anderson said the authorities found no cargo in the plane. Cuban authorities say they will tighten measures against the spread of COVID-19 to require visitors to isolate at their own expense until tests for the new coronavirus come out negative. The announcement Saturday by Francisco Duran, Director of Epidemiology, came as the country announced 910 new infections of the new virus and 3 additional deaths. Duran said as of February 6, arriving tourists and Cubans who live abroad will be sent to hotels at their own expense to wait for the result of a PCR test for the new coronavirus, which will be given on their 5th day in the country. Cubans returning home from abroad will be housed in other centers at government expense to await test results. Diplomats and some categories of foreign business people will be allowed to isolate at home. The main suspect in the murder of Andrea Lowe Garwood while at church Sunday morning has been taken into custody. Jamaica's Deputy Commissioner of Police, Fitz Bailey, told a press conference that the suspect surrendered to the police in the company of his attorney. This brings to 4 the numbers of persons arrested in connection with the case. The police report that Lowe Garwood was worshipping at her church at Agape Christian Fellowship Church in Falmouth when a man posing as a member of the congregation shot her several times before escaping in a white motorcar. The 50-year-old bank manager was taken to hospital where she was pronounced dead. Bailey says Sunday's incident stemmed from a family dispute over property. Overseas now, U.S. President Joe Biden has threatened to reinstate sanctions in Myanmar after the country's military seized power. Myanmar's army detained Aung San Suu Kyi and other elected leaders, accusing the party of fraud over its landslide election win. Biden said, quote, "Force should never seek to overrule the will of the people or attempt to erase the outcome of a credible election," end quote. The United Nations and the UK have also condemned the coup. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the army's move a serious blow to democratic reforms and demanded the release of at least 45 people who were detained. Myanmar, or Burma, is a country in Southeast Asia bordering Bangladesh, India, China, Laos, and Thailand. Democrats have introduced a resolution to strip a pro-Trump Republican lawmaker of her committee role over her social media posts. Marjorie Taylor Greene has embraced conspiracy theories, including that school shootings and 9/11 were staged and that the Clintons crashed JFK Jr.'s airplane. The group of Democrats that filed the resolution called it a, quote, line in the sand moment for the Republican Party, end quote. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell on Monday issued a tacit rebuke of Taylor Greene, slamming her, quote, loony lies and conspiracy theories, end quote, is a cancer for the party. Greene quickly shot back on Twitter, asserting that, quote, "The real cancer for the Republican Party is weak Republicans who only know how to lose gracefully," end quote. At least 12 children have been hospitalized after they were administered hand sanitizer instead of polio vaccination drops in India. The incident occurred Sunday at a primary health center during the National Pulse Polio Vaccination Drive, a senior official told CNN. It was brought to light after one of the children complained of uneasiness and vomiting. All the children have been admitted to the district's government medical college and are in stable condition, the official said. An inquiry has been ordered against the 3 healthcare workers, including a doctor who was present at the time of the incident. The World Health Organization on Monday blasted critics of its investigation into the origins of the COVID-19 pandemic and challenged those claiming to know better to come forward with the smoking gun. A WHO investigative team is in Wuhan, China, where the first cases were discovered in December 2019, trying to piece together how the virus jumped from animals to humans before going on to kill more than 2 million people. The UN agency's emergencies director, Michael Ryan, hit out at those sniping at the mission and said people claiming they have information on how the pandemic broke out should emerge from the shadows. Quote, "If you have the answers, please let us know," end quote, Ryan told a press conference from the WHO's headquarters in Geneva. And finally, inaugural poet Amanda Gorman became a breakout star of President Biden's inauguration, and now she's set to inspire national audiences again. The NFL announced Wednesday that Gorman will recite an original poem during the pregame ceremony at Super Bowl 55. Gorman, the youngest inaugural poet, was commissioned to compose a piece about the, quote, "resiliency" of the game's 3 honorary captains, educator Tremaine Davis, nurse manager Susie Dorner, and veteran James Martin, an NFL press release stated. The 3 community heroes will serve as honorary captains during the official on-field coin toss ceremony. The 22-year-old's performance will air nationally on CBS and be featured in the stadium. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.